So when we think about debt and we think about our community, we often wonder, well, just who's suffering from debt? Well, we're looking at our marginal community, usually people that are low income, people that are in poverty, generational poverty usually, people that have disabilities like mental or physical disabilities, and not necessarily elderly people, young people who have school debt from credit cards, from school fees. It goes on and on. People that have lost their jobs. When you look at COVID, there are a lot of people that are suffering right now who've lost their jobs, who eventually will probably need help, because as much as they've lost their job, their bills don't change. They still remain the same. So people are scrambling to find ways. And unfortunately, one of those ways is to go to a place like Money Mart or Cash Money. And in those cases, it becomes a vicious circle, and it just doesn't stop, and it just keeps on building. People that have disabilities, they depend on the government for their funding, and unfortunately that funding is only just about 60% of what they've made before. So a lot of people suffer in this. Elderly people, unfortunately, they get caught up in email scams, which, they really, and people often think, well, how can that happen? Well, it does happen. If you're lonely and, and you feel like you need company and someone's telling you that they're going to take care of you and they're going to be with you, then you're going to, generally they will fall into that. There's other reasons for it. Sometimes people do live beyond their means, but I would say that majority of it is just, difficulty with whatever is going on in our society. For example, COVID. The thing about debt is that people who are in debt tend to feel a lot of shame. They feel like failures, and they tend to isolate themselves from the rest of the community. They just don't feel like they belong in the community. And in some cases, especially generational poverty, people actually believe that this is their life and that it's not going to change. If you are in debt, or if you know of anyone that's in debt that needs assistance, please know that Christians Against Poverty, which is an amazing ministry, is available to you. Not only do they help people get out of debt, but they also walk alongside people. They don't leave them alone to try to figure things out. They are there to answer any questions that they might have, just to keep their spirits up. We give them community, the opportunity to come to a church and meet other people, get them out of that isolation, get them out of that shame, and just let them know that they're loved and that, that Jesus cares for them. You can reach CAP through myself. I would be glad to connect you, or you can go to the website. In December, I had 2 clients that just got out of debt, and they are so elated. If they can do it, you can do it as well.